All right, with us at it, let's get back into it. Episode 8 of Zatima. And as always, it's always something crazy going on with Zach and Fatima. But as we left off, we saw that Paul has made his way back over to talk to Fatima. He claims it's to give her a warranty on the tire that he bought. However, we already know that it's really just him trying to make his way over to Fatima, which I think is a little low-key disrespectful because he knows that Fatima has a man and just refuses to give up. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not certain about Paul. Is it a setup with Paul? If somebody sent him there to continually mess with Fatima? Is he the one that punched air or punched holes in her tire? Anyway, you guys, anybody, after watching Ruthless, anybody is a suspect to me. So anyway, she lets him know she's not interested. She gives him a check, lets him know, hey, you didn't do this for free for me. I'm paying you, so I don't owe you anything. And he literally said, well, why you going to just let a man do for you? And she was like, but I have a man. At the end of the day, it would be low-key disrespectful for me to accept anything from you in that way. So, especially knowing that he is, quote-unquote, attracted to her. So, anyway, you guys, we see Zach, Tony, and Nate, the Three Stooges, who have made their way to the parking garage because this is where they are supposed to be, quote-unquote, meeting Fatima. Now, they're meeting in the parking garage of her job, and the thing is, she is supposed to go over into the back stairwell and meet whoever she thinks she's texting on this dating app. Now, it's all a setup. I already can feel that it's a setup. However, Zach has made his way over to the garage with the fellas, like I said, and he sees Fatima go over into that side door as planned. And so he instantly thinks, oh my God, she's really cheating on me. She's really waiting and about to meet somebody else in that garage. But then he runs into Angela, and Angela lets him know, hey, this is where we normally go to turn in our paperwork, but what are you doing here, Zach? And so of course the two fellas leave him hanging, and he's trying to explain himself, but then out walks Fatima, and the fellas run away, and Zach lets Fatima know, hey, basically, I saw you on this dating app, and yeah, I came to see if you were really here to meet somebody. Initially, he wanted to deny it, but of course, Fatima always pulls out the truth in Zach and she let him know, hey, why would I be on this app? I think this is a setup, and why would I meet somebody and you need to start trusting me? So, as always, Angela, in the midst of that, prior to them having that conversation, Angela lets him know, hey, can we come over to have dinner? And now Fatima was already supposed to talk to Zach about this earlier, but she didn't really get around to doing it. So Zach is like, I don't know if I want Bryce at my house, and I don't know this other person. I don't know what y'all are into, but I don't know. So then, Fatima, like I said, she convinces Zach to allow the conversation of everybody, Bryce, the extra friend, which is the doctor, and Angela, to come over to the house. So then we see Zach. Fatima's like, okay, you want to do it, blah blah blah. Zach lays down on the ground. She's like, oh yeah, you want to do it right here on the ground in the garage? And he's like, that's right. I've been telling you about getting kinky and blah, and getting freaky with me, and we could do it right here. And she's like, yeah, just lay right there because I'm about to run you over. And she attempts to, Zach is like, Fatima, don't you get in that car. She gets in the car. Fatima, don't you close that door. She closed the door. She turns the light on, she pulls up, and if he hadn't rolled, he could have had a little bump. But anyway, the two make their way home. They have a small conversation, and they say, well, let's just get through tonight. I really don't, Zach is like not really feeling this whole having company and whoever this extra person is. He's really not feeling it because he and Fatima are not in a good place right now, and he feels that they're trying to figure out their stuff. And Fatima just says, "Hey, let's just deal with this at another day. Let's deal with this, what we have going on tonight, and we'll deal with our stuff a little bit later." But Fatima knows that the doctor is on his way over, and so at some point in that night, hopefully their problem will at least be talked about. So Zach goes downstairs to take the roast out of the oven. He sits there waiting for Fatima and the rest of the crew to arrive, and in walks Angela, pretty red. I like this outfit that she's wearing, but she walks in as well as Bryce, and she goes upstairs to talk to Fatima and leaves Zach with Bryce. Now, we already know that Zach is very uncomfortable with Bryce. He has tried to smooth it over, but he doesn't want Bryce to think that he's trying to, he doesn't want him to have the wrong idea about the nature of their relationship. And so Bryce is there drinking a glass of wine. Zach decides he's going to go outside because he just, like I said, he's just super uncomfortable with being around Zach. So, Angela, like I said, she walks upstairs, talks to Fatima, and then she makes her way back downstairs. And as the group are taking shots and drinking, now mind you, Zach is still outside. He's just not feeling this whole environment situation. But the whole crew, the rest of the crew are taking their drinks, taking their shots, and they go over. Fatima's phone begins to ring, and Angela's like, "Girl, you better answer that. That's your mama." And so, which that's nosy as I don't know what, because what you doing looking at my phone? But anyway, that's Angela and Fatima's relationship. So Angela and Bryce go and sit in the living room area. Fatima answers the phone, and it's her mom. Like I said, mom is like, "Well, we want to talk to you. Father and I, Daddy and I are going to come, and you're gonna come up here and talk to us for dinner tomorrow at 7, or we're coming to your house. Either way, we're gonna have this conversation." Now, the thing about it, they want to discuss Zach's entire prison record, his background. Like, they want to go through and talk to Fatima about all of this stuff about Zach, and they make it seem as if there is additional information that Zach has not told Fatima. However, Fatima feels that she has heard everything, that she knows pretty much everything that Zach is going on. Now, mom is not letting up, and I'm not liking mom. She's doing too much. She's being too nosy. But anyway, Fatima ends that conversation with her mom, and then we go to the final scene where Zach is outside, and who else pulls up but Deja? My neck and my back. "Zach, will you help me out of the car?" So Zach, being the nice Zach that he is, helps her out of the car, but then she starts talking all of this trash. Hey, Zach, I talked to somebody, meaning she talked to an attorney, and pretty much she is going to make her attempt to sue Fatima. Now, Zach says, "Well, I didn't see nothing." She was like, and the attorney told me, and they told me not to pay my rent, not to, and he's like, "Oh man, come on, like you put yourself in that position. You knew, like, pretty much you knew you was wrong for being on my property and being in that hot tub." But I'm sorry, y'all. Deja, she is about to try to come up. She's trying to come up on Zach and Fatima, y'all. Well, that was the end of the episode, and I got one question. Who do you think is trying to set up Fatima? They mentioned that it could have been the other friend, Belinda, but we have between Fatima, Belinda, Paul, and Deja, somebody is literally trying to set Fatima up. Drop your comments below. Let me know who you guys think is the one that is trying to set Fatima up and pretty much try to ruin Zach and Fatima's relationship, y'all. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tapping in, and you already know, stay ruthless.